JD made the process very smooth for us. And much less stress-free than we anticipated. So we're very glad for that.
Much less stress-free. Oh, it's more stress-free.
Oh my gosh. We need to cut that out. Yeah, so we started this process with no knowledge, and we started looking at houses. And when we first started off, we didn't have a property agent, so we just started looking on our own. And I think maybe the second or third house that we went to, we met JD, and he was the one who was representing the seller at that point.
And it was like, after looking at the house, we were just walking out of the door and reflecting on how we found the house and everything. And that's when then JD came over and decided to approach us. And it was a good thing that he did, because after that, we managed to get a lot of help. That was a start. But of course, when he first approached us, we were like not really sure of what kind of questions to even ask. But you just told us, why don't you just give me a shot and see how it goes. So yeah, I mean, I think that's how we started off with JD.
Yeah, I think we like JD because when we met him first, he was very kind of open and honest.
Yeah.
And he kind of walked us through what we needed to know. And it seemed like he wasn't holding back any information. Very helpful for us who didn't know anything. So we were very comfortable with him when we first met him. And I think that's why we chose to carry on, which was a great choice. Yeah, so at first we didn't know anything about buying property, zero. So when we met JD, he was very helpful because he gave it to us step by step. He broke it down, what our budget could be. He looked at what potential areas we could look at buying, what are the options, HDB, condo, and all that. So he guided us from day one throughout the whole process, and that was, I think, super helpful for us.
And also, like, what are the key factors that we should take into consideration when we're like picking a house? So JD was like very much checking in with us constantly. What is it that matters to you? Is it a bigger space? Do you want a more convenient location? So accordingly, you could also help us organize the right areas to be set up, house viewings, basically. So the asking of right questions really helped us because it made us think through. Rather than going into a house with nothing in mind as to what is it that we need to look out for, we knew that, okay, for us, space is important. Having a big room is important, that kind of things. I think we saw about like 12 houses about there, and for most of it, it was with JD and his colleagues who helped us with guiding throughout. And essentially, once we reached the 12th house, JD very calmly sat us down and said, we could go on, we could look at more houses if you want to, or we could potentially look at which house still exists as your number one today from the list of houses that you've seen. And I can focus my energy on getting that pricing that you're looking at for you. So for us, our number one choice was the same, even after looking at all the 12 houses. It didn't budge at all. So we told JD that, okay, we want to go in and go for this house. And we discussed certain price points that we knew what was rejected from an offer perspective. So that's something we shared with JD. And from there, he worked out what would be the best low price model that would fit within our budget. So he said he would try his best. And to be honest, we thought it would take like a few days or something. But in that evening itself, he told us what is, with full transparency, like what is it that the owners have rejected already and what is he going to try for next. So he kept us in the loop throughout the process. And we got to a point where the next day morning, he shared with us immediately, like, this is the final pricing. And I'll try to bring it out even more, but is this something that you're comfortable with? So he kept us in the loop throughout the conversation. So the moment the last price was shared, where he really pushed hard to bring it down to like, another $5,000 plus $10,000+, it was like, okay, it was very close to what we were looking at as well. And we were very impressed, to be honest, because we thought we'll have to fork out a lot more from our pockets. But yeah, I mean, the negotiations, we left it completely onto him. And, we're very glad we trusted him with the process. Because if we went on our own, I think they would have charged us even more. We possibly wouldn't even have realized that, we were paying more than what the market price is. So we're very glad we went with JD.
Yeah. Okay, so to JD's future clients, I think he's a very good listener. He will listen to what you want and not push his own agenda on you. So he'll get you the best house that you want.
Yeah, I would strongly suggest that you just go with your gut, because the moment JD starts talking to you, you feel this vibe with him, and just go with it and give it a shot, because that's the only way you will realize. But he's been the most open person that I've interacted with. I think if you were to rate our experience working with JD, I would say that it's 10 out of 10 for us. It's been an excellent experience.
Rahul and Harsha is one of my happy clients that I've served so far, and I thank them for their heartfelt message. Today, I want you to be the happy client, so if you have any real estate needs, do feel free to contact me. My name is Jiada, happy to show you your home.